Oh no. What have we? Bloody hell. Got stuck on like the smallest little bit of cliff face. How you going everyone, Nick here, and today we are playing WRC 10. Now I was a big fan of WRC 9. I thought it was a big improvement over some of the older games in the series in a lot of ways. And it was nice to see a competitor to Dirt Rally 2.0 at the time. Now, when they announced WRC 10, I was pretty excited. They were adding some new features, some nice throwback content as well. So when it came out a few days ago, I picked it up. And my first few moments of experience have been pretty negative, I have to say, unfortunately. And it's mainly around the controller configuration and some of the other settings that I've been trying to work through. So I first booted up the game, my DD1 was connected, it recognized that there was a DD1 connected, and it just would not recognize any of the button or axes assignments that I was trying to do. So I couldn't map pedals, couldn't map steering, nothing would work. So I sat there for ages trying to work this out, probably about an hour, and I just couldn't work it out. I changed wheels, I turned the bass on and off, I restarted the computer, I went through everything I could think of until I decided to change the USB port in the back of my computer that the wheel was plugged into. All of a sudden, it works, which is really weird. Fanatec wheel properties was picking up all of the peripherals in the wheelbase. Other games were picking up the wheelbase and all the peripherals fine. It just seems that this game, despite knowing that a DD1 was connected, had no idea that any of the other stuff was connected as well. So that was really annoying and pretty disappointing as a start. So if you are having that problem, try changing the USB port on your computer and see if that makes a difference for you. Now I've been looking at some of the reviews and feedback from the community as well. People are saying that they feel it's a little bit of a step backwards in terms of the force feedback feel. They feel it's fairly detached from the car. We'll see for ourselves. Now I do still have the problem with my DD1 since the latest beta driver update, where if my 918 RSR rim is connected, it locks it in low torque mode, like it thinks the plastic quick release is connected. I know Fanatec's looking at that, but for now we are limited to low torque mode, which I think is 10 Newton meters, which should be plenty. I don't think it'll make a difference as to what we think of the force feedback model, per se. And it is loose surface driving, so I'd imagine it will be quite, all over the shop, but we're going to see. So we're in Wales at the moment, and we're going to try and see if we can get through a stage in the Yaris. It's got to be the Yaris, as a Toyota fan. But look, it's bucketing down with rain in the storm. We're just making it as difficult as possible on ourselves. I've done a couple of practice runs, so you'll probably see a ghost or something driving in front of me, which is probably going to be a bit distracting. But look, let's just see how we go.
3, 2.
All right, here we go.
We're off. 150.
And we probably want to turn our headlights on. Whoop, we slowed down a bit too much there. As you can see, my ghost is in front.
Bump into right 4.
Probably didn't do too well, so it'll probably fall off a cliff or something momentarily.
Flat left long.
We are using sequential stick shifter at the moment. And at the moment, force feedback, as I expected, feels fairly loose. Feels almost like there's a little bit of a dead zone in the middle, even though I know there isn't. Which is a bit strange, but... And it's constantly vibrating, there's constant vibration going on.
Crest into left 4 opens.
I have got the force feedback in the settings of the game maxed out at 150 as well. And the wheel base settings at 100 as well. So this is absolutely max force feedback at the moment. And it feels like nothing at all. But that's okay. Oh, where does it go? Oh my god. It's really quite hard to see in the rain.
Camber 30. And brake for hairpin left into right 3 long bumpy tightens.
Oh, somewhat successful deployment of the handbrake there. This requires a lot of concentration, I have to say. Probably not ideal weather conditions to be doing a video and trying to talk about how the game feels, but
Left 4 and flat right long, tightens. And crest into right 5, opens into
so
jump,
far we haven't had any
crest.
major accidents yet.
Caution, left 5 short, into
Got a
right
bit of air.
4 through gate.
I don't know, to me,
Five over bumps,
so far,
into right
it
5
feels,
short. And
I mean,
caution,
visually it
left
looks
right
almost
3,
identical to
don't cut,
WRC
into
9,
left
but
3, don't cut, opens.
I think it's going to be a bit hit and miss for certain people. It seems like there's a fair number of issues that only certain people are having. There was a bug with the co-driver voice cutting out, which would be quite catastrophic if you couldn't hear what was coming up.
And left 1, don't cut.
What's he saying? Awesome. I don't think they ever did that in the old WRC games. I don't like that.
4 narrows into left 5.
I wish that cut out.
And brake, right 1 tightens into acute hairpin left, don't cut.
Oh, where are we going?
Hold on. And left 3.
Oh boy, we really made a mess of that.
And right 4, very long, bumpy.
Yeah, I don't like those co-driver little noises he makes, like when you bump into something. I'm not a big fan of that. I think they could turn that off.
And right 4, off camber, don't cut, and flat left over.
Other people
jump,
are also saying that they're getting performance issues, random stutters, etc. I don't seem to be getting that so far.
And flat right over bump, tightens into left 4, short, 80. Yeah!
Alright.
Press brake, left
I really am not a fan of this co-driver giving me friggin' feedback on what he thinks of this driving with his little noises.
Left 5 tightens short over crest into right 3.
Hope there's a way to turn that off actually. I might look into that.
Flat right over jump and
Oh,
left
no.
3 long, 40 over
Ah, what have
crest.
we? Bloody hell. Got stuck on like the smallest little bit of cliff face. Ah,
Flat right into left 4 short.
it is quite difficult to see, as you can imagine,
50.
having not really done this stage much before.
Crest into right 5. Into left 3 opens very long 150.
Don't worry, I'll do another stage in a minute and you'll see that my skills remain the same regardless of the weather.
Into finish.
Oh, we've done it. Okay, we're finished. Where's the finish? Up here. Alright. That's one down. Yeah. I don't know. It's a bit hard to say so far. It feels okay. I don't know if I like it yet. We're going to find out. Let's get into another stage and see if that makes any difference. Okay, so we are going to do Safari Rally Kenya. It's clear, perfect conditions. Could not get much better than this. As you can see from the stage map, some little, squiggly sections and then fairly straight through all the way to the end. So, or the other way around, rather. Let's see if my driving improves. Let's see if there's any difference to the car feel. And go from there. So let's get stuck in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
And we're away.
Left 150, bumpy.
It seems like
Cut into widens.
there's like a really severe sharpening filter on the game. I don't know if that's like a post-processing effect or not.
And left 6 brake, jump.
I always like the Safari Rally though. It's so like open.
Caution, square right narrows at junction 80, bumpy. Left 4. And right 5 into left 5 narrows.
I think what's most disappointing about the wheel issues that
Right 4 and right 4.
I had, and some of the force feedback complaints people are having, is that Fanatec is the official wheel sponsor for this game. Yet, well, that was not bad. Yet the wheel doesn't seem to want to work straight out of the box. So, and I know it's not just limited to DDs because people have been having issues with CSL Elites and Club Sports, etc. So I think they got some work to do.
Left 2, don't cut, and right 2 into dip. Into left 3, narrows. Into right 4, tightens, brake, into left 3.
And this does have a bunch of historical content that they've added to the game as well, which is cool. Is it worth paying full price for the game just for that? I wouldn't say so just yet. I would say that really you'd be better off buying WRC 9 at a low discounted price. Oh, we've already finished the stage. That was a short one. Let's do one more, I think, because that was really short. I didn't realize it was that short. Okay, so we're going to do one more stage, and we're going to do Rally Sweden. Now, so far, and I know it's early days, because I've only done a couple of stages, I feel like it's almost the same game as WRC 9 in terms of feel, if that's one way to put it. Maybe the steering feels a bit looser, and I still keep feeling that dead zone in the wheel. I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel right to me. WRC 9 felt tighter. Maybe I need to dial something in a bit more, or have a look at the settings, but out of the box, WRC 9 felt better. That makes sense. So look, we've done some gravel, loose gravel in the wet in the first stage. We've done some hard gravel in the dry at Kenya. Now we're going to do some snow. Rally Sweden. Let's see if it makes a difference and see what we think.
3, 2,
Here we go.
1, let's go. Left 3 short, into right 4 tightens 3 short. Into left 5 short, 50. Right 5 long, tightens 3. Into left 3, opens 50. I
also don't understand what this it's this weird sharpening filter it looks like is on the game. Like the trees look really odd to me. I don't know how well that shows up in the video. Actually, it looks worse in the video from what I can see in OBS. So we'll see how that turns out.
Right 4 opens. And left 5, 40. Danger,
I mean, it's not a terrible looking game, but
and left 4 tightens short into kinks 200.
that wasn't the most graceful 90-degree turn, but look, you know, we made it.
Caution, brake, crest into flat right and left 1, 30. Right 5 long, tightens 100.
I mean, it's nice to be able to see now, at least.
Right 3, don't cut, tightens into crest, keep in. Into right 4 and left 4.
The wipers on. Smear some snow all over our windscreen. Can't even talk. So far, I think this is the best feeling of the 3 stages I've done. I don't know if the surface really seems to make that much difference, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I can see. And the Kenya one was too short.
Left 4 short, 30. Flat left, 30. Left 5 and crest into right 5 tightens 3.
Now for a full price game, do we think it's worth it? As I was saying before, as I crash into a snowbank,
Caution, brake, right 5 long.
it feels very much the same as WRC 9 in a lot of ways. Visually, and you know, everything else seems almost identical. The dead zone in the wheel that I can feel, I don't know, doesn't seem quite right to me. I don't know what's going on there. But I would say, in all honesty, right now, in the condition that this game is in terms of some of the issues it's having for people, performance issues, wheel setup issues, etc. If you want a WRC game specifically, just go and buy WRC 9. It's cheap now. And if you want just any rally game, I'd say go for Dirt Rally 2.0. You can get that with all the content for fairly cheap these days, and that's got a lot of cool content. A wheel, I mean, my mouse is falling off my rig. Everything's happening.
Right 5 tightens 50. right 5, 60. Left 4 into right 3. Left 3 short, keep out, and left 6 for finish.
Oh, we've made it. We've gone and done it, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna fly across the line. There you go. Well, not too bad. That was probably my favorite of the 3 stages we did today. We were probably miles off the time, but you know, what can you do? All right, so let's wrap it up and see what we think. Okay, so we've done 3 stages in WRC 10. What do we think? I know there was a bunch of mixed thoughts going through my mind while I was trying to drive rally stages. It's a little bit hard to put it all together, so I'll condense it down into a small format here. So it feels very similar to WRC 9 in a lot of ways. I don't think the wheel and force feedback implementation is as good. As I keep saying, there seems to be this weird dead zone in the middle, and I don't know what that's about. I might need to look at the settings. There's a couple of visual glitches. I don't know what that sharpening filter is all about. As you can see in this replay as well, there seems to be some shadow glitching happening as well. Performance seems okay. I'm not getting the same weirdness as what other people were getting in terms of random stutters and lockups. So I'm grateful for that, at least. But would I say it's worth it right now? No. I would not spend, if I were you, and you're looking for a rally game, I would not spend the money on this given its full price at the moment. I would definitely buy WRC 9 if you specifically want a WRC game. If you want just any like rally type sim overall, just get Dirt Rally 2.0. They're both, WRC 9 and Dirt Rally 2.0 are both really cheap, and you can get them with all the content now, given that they're now the last, or WRC 9 is now the last game in the series. Dirt Rally 2.0 is done, there's no more updates coming to that, so I recommend those 2 over this so far. Hopefully they add a bunch of patches and fixes to this. I mean, it seems to be par for the course really these days that games just get released in an unfinished state with bugs, then seemingly very little testing done, especially on Fanatec gear, given that they're the official wheel partner for this game. I'm a little bit surprised that oh god, look at that crash. I'm a bit surprised that it didn't work really simply out of the box. So, look, let me know what you think. If you were thinking of picking this up, will you still pick this up? If not, you know, why? Do you agree with me? Are you hearing the same things? If you enjoyed the video, remember to give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. If you didn't, a thumbs down is okay. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, I'll catch you later. See ya.